Hand it over, Manchester! Hand it over! Hand it over! Hand it over, Manchester! Hand it over! Hand it over! Hand it over, Manchester!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Siraj. This is Red in the Head. Welcome. If you're new, welcome back. If you've already subscribed, do me a favor, hit the like. If you like what I say, duh. But subscribe if you feel like you like more of this content. I thought about it last night, and as I'm watching the final throws, just after the music had subsided a little bit, and I can actually think about and reflect about the season, and I cannot tell you how immensely proud I am of this team. This is not a team that has gone out and blew everybody away 5, 6, 7-0, 6-0 every week and every week out. Maybe my expectation was that a little bit, but also when I think back of this slot reign so far, it's a reign that's very much part of who he is, how he is as a coach. Very calm, very disciplined. Not too out there, just gets the job done, and it's indicative of his style and his personality, and I think that's the thing. You football players reflect the manager, or at least what's going on in the manager's head. If I think about the days back at Jurgen Klopp and how intense he was as a person, and how intense his players are as were. In his team, and this slot team is not like that exactly. Yes, when we are in possession, the biggest thing for me this season of a slot team is when we've been in possession, we show a measure of calmness. When we're out of position, we attack like a Jurgen Klopp team, where we're just fucking ferocious. We're going and we're closing down people and we're running our socks off. Every single person is on board with that. And I can see that. I can see this, right? Every single player there knows. And look, even those players who are not getting game time, I have to wonder. Like, they're man, come on. There were times yesterday where I was like screaming out for Harvey Elliott because we just lack so much energy. Look, we created a hell of a lot of chances. I mean, there was something like 10 shots on target. It was just that little extra bit of finesse that we lacked a little bit, and I can forgive that. With 3 points to go to win the Premier League, I can forgive these players. These guys put every single thing into the season. For us to be here, where we are on the cusp of our 20th Premier League title. Hand it over, Manchester. You damn right, Skippy, my guy. Bring it over, United. But anyway, I think that would be, and that is how I want to kind of like see this team. Of course, when we started at the beginning of the season, nobody gave Arne Slot. I was one of those people who were like, I wanna look and see. And I can say with confidence that 99% of Liverpool fans didn't think that we were going to win this Premier League. If that one person, you are rich. I hope you bet. I hope you put money on Liverpool winning it, because you will be super rich. But like most people, like most pundits, like most channels out there, and most commentators, they didn't give Liverpool, and it's understandable. Like you have a legacy coach, a coach that was the identity of the team, leave. It's only natural that there would be a drop off. It's only natural that people would think, you know what, do I want to sign for this club? And we're going to get to that conversation. Do I want to sign for the club, or do I want to stay? Now, as I've said in my video in December, I just knew that Liverpool was going to sort out the contracts. Whether we got 3 players like Trent, if we got Trent, Virgil, or Mo Salah, it would be great. But realistically, I knew we were probably going to get 2 out of the 3. And then it just so happens that the 2 that I felt was the ones that we were going to need for this next iteration, this slot team. I was been super happy that we were able to sort out the Salah contract on a 2-year deal, and we were able to give Virgil another 2 years. How freaking excellent is that? That doesn't mean to say that we just stop there with our signings, because clearly we know that a lot of players have maybe fallen off. A lot of players just didn't work out, and they need to be moved on. And certain players need to go on loan for whatever reasons. But at the end of the day, this team came out and has been the most consistent, and that has been one of my biggest criticisms. If there was a criticism, let me caveat that if there was a criticism of the Klopp era teams, is just the inconsistency year in, year out. Like there would be one year where there'd be red hot fire and burning, and then the next year there'd be a massive dip. And I think that's going to be the challenge for Slot coming in, is that now how do we then continue this kind of like moment? Look, I've had to get used to the way we play certain times. Like yesterday, I was just like, just blast them, just smack them out the park, because we can't afford to drop points. We can afford to drop points, but that's my mentality, because that is how I used to think when we were playing under a Klopp team. This team, they take their time, they pass the ball around a little bit. But, maybe they're a little bit too calm, I would think. And you would think like, listen, let's just go out and smash these. But the one thing that this team has showed me over the last season, which a Klopp team has never done, is that they can defend a 1-0 lead. Honestly, have you ever thought about it? Like, think about it, right? Can you think of a time where, in the Klopp era, where you were leading 1-0 and you were relaxed? I'm waiting. Exactly, right? Like we would win 1-0, but then your Sphincter would be doing this the whole time. Under this Slot team, there's a calmness. Yes, of course, there's going to be chances, like you're playing teams who play like long balls or the 50-50 challenge. That's going to happen. And, we understand that. But winning, this team has been winning by 1-goal differences almost for the most of the season. There's been maybe 1 or 2 occasions that we maybe beat someone like with more than 5 goals. I think I can even count it on one hand this season, or maybe even 3 fingers that we've beaten a team by 3 goals or more. This team has just shown consistently that they're able to control games, that they're able to kind of like turn it up when they need to. So that's where I've got to give Arne Slot his props, man. The way he's transformed so many of these players, and most importantly, that he got the players to buy into what he was selling. So many times, new managers come in, and the culture in that dressing room is so toxic that any coach that just steps out of line, the players will stop playing for him, and then they're out the door. Right? Think about those teams like Manchester United, where good players go there, fail, when they leave, they're better again. Whereas if you think of Liverpool as a club, the way we've been signing our players, we didn't sign like every single player in our team is not a superstar, right? It's not a world-class player. They're good. We maybe have 3 genuine world-class players in there. Alisson, Van Dijk and Salah. 3 genuine world-class. And Trent Alexander Arnold, sorry. The rest are good players that perform as a unit, as a whole. So that's why when these players like Andy Robertson comes from Hull City for 8 million and then he becomes world-class. Right? We bring Mo Salah in from AS Roma and he becomes world-class here. Salah wasn't the player he was when he kind of started. So they all tend to grow. And that's what I love about our football team and how we've been able to adapt and grow certain players. Just look at them when they leave Liverpool. What happened to their careers? Right? It's like when they leave this group, this culture that we have here, and that's actually my point that I wanted to make. We have a fantastic culture in the club. And now we're starting a culture of winning. And it's just going to build, and it's going to build, and it's going to build. So every season for the last 2 or 3 seasons, we've won something. Whether it's a Carabao Cup, or whether it's an FA Cup, or whether it's a Community Shield, or it's a Premier League. Liverpool just keep on ticking on. So I don't know about you guys, man. I'm so excited. I'm so looking forward to seeing this thing. And you know what? And then just lastly, oh, I just want to kind of say, it had to be Trent, right? I think it ended up as poetic as it could possibly kind of like be. You know, I think a lot of people are still kind of like wondering, is he gonna go? Is he gonna say, look, my personal thing is that he's gonna go. I wish he would say something, because then the fans just can't make up. Like, if you're gonna go, I think the fans are okay with it, right? So Trent, you don't have to wait till the end of the season. Maybe just fucking say something next week. But the only way he could have answered the kind of criticisms that he got from the Liverpool supporters was by scoring the winner, and that's the most fucking Trent Alexander Arnold thing you could possibly do. Anyways, Reds, we got a few more days. I'm so fucking pumped. Reds, let me know what you guys think. On a scale from 1 to 50, how excited are you for this coming weeks? I am super pumped. Anyways, Reds, that's all I got to add for today. Hit the like thingy, subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching. We go on to the next one. I can't wait. Anyways, Reds, take care. I'll see you again. Bye.